かめにしてる世界それって本当かい今正しい答え誰が決める女神が弾いたコイン何かが変わるサインゴールまでの長い距離に一歩踏み出す時だろう運命なんてよ決めちゃいないひらめきを信じなくちゃやるならガンガン攻めようぜ逃げてちゃ将来だって後悔前を向いて汗をかいてほらその涙にシャウト逆転しようぜジャスティス絶対絶命もチャンスどんな愛もどんな夢も取りに行こうきっと勝ちに行こう
Back to Phoenix Wright, Justice for All.
The last episode of Big Top.
The last we made it, boys.
We made it. We're here.
You're out of the Dragon Street.
I can't believe it. Acro.
It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. And I think he was the most straightforward one of the group. Davis, unbelievable.
So real quick, okay, so you had three
Acro tried to pin the murder on
testimonies,
you
right?
on
You had the
purpose.
ventriloquist, you had the clown, and you had him. Is it usually
Yes.
like three people's
It's
worth?
usually three people's worth.
And it's like you do investigation, then testimony.
It's
and then-
so most of the time it's usually one witness and then the murderer, and the first one is usually the detective. In this game we had, or in this trial we had, did Gumshoe show up? I think he did.
Yeah, at the
So there would have been
beginning.
4. But you never point the finger at the detective. You never go, you did it. The detective is never lying. He just doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never accuse him of that murder.
Never. It's when I was playing that Ace Attorney online stuff, that was rookie mistake. You never blame the detective because that will get you found contempt immediately because they're working with the state.
Yeah.
Unless it's the 5th case in the first game.
Yeah.
In which the detective is the one who did it, which is why I hate it so much. All right. Hey, Dad. Psst, psst. My, he's just a little twerp, isn't he?
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, pal. You're not gonna ignore me after the trouble I've done bringing you some evidence.
So is Gumshoe like our
Detective
friend?
Dick.
Because in the first game or in the show, you seemed a bit antagonistic.
Forget it.
toward
I'm
us.
going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
No, detective. I'm sorry. Why don't you relax a little?
So Von Karma, she stole evidence from us. She stole the scarf thing. Detective Dick here is showing up and he's like, "Hey, I'm not supposed to give you
But it's
this,
the scarf.
but here you go."
And it's the scarf.
It sure is.
We've got some really tasty milk.
Fuck. How about a car trip, detective? Well, if you insist.
No, but that evidence you mentioned.
That must have been an inside
What is it?
joke. There's no other reason why the milk would be such a big deal. It's probably an inside joke.
In like Japan or something.
Here you go.
This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Result of our investigation. You can look at it later.
Won't Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this here's a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on the need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
Keikaku.
Von Karma looked like he was in a pretty big hurry, though.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were put into place.
I like to
Final
imagine the
plans.
Jubilant bat.
Uh-huh, that reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Judgment comes at the last instant. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm going home.
Bye.
What did he mean by that? The very last instant part. Everything he said seemed pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
It looks like there were a large care package from the circus from the defendant.
For me.
It's milk.
God damn it.
Such area looks like some kind of dairy. So go hurry up and drink it before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me. Oh, wait. He likes to drink a glass of milk before going on performance.
Yeah.
So everyone's giving him milk to, like, make him feel better.
Ah, okay.
That's still really weird.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I couldn't remember.
Like,
it.
walking in on the middle of the case, it seems fun, but I'm guessing the first half of it was just a slog.
The first half is almost exclusively just you're sitting and waiting for something awful to happen, and then you have to, like, convince the person that you should take their case, and then you gotta investigate and find all their stuff. There's quite a little bit of muddiness in the beginning. All right.
So, like, the second half is all the testimonies and whatnot.
I'd like to continue with Akro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akro would have to commit this crime.
I do have one more question.
Understood. No, Mr.
Are almost all these cases murder?
Yes, only one case was not a murder.
Was that the very first one at the very beginning of
No.
the game where it was? Oh no, that one was still murder. Yeah.
Yep. The only one that isn't a, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, don't spoil
Yeah.
like what it is.
It's
but
it doesn't matter.
what game is it in?
It's not in a game.
Oh, interesting.
All right. Yes, Your Honor.
We proceed with our testimony.
Wait to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Milk. Like I'm enjoying
little,
this sort of like
We were abandoned by our
methodicalness to it.
parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. Became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. That's it.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. Wonder how anyone could think Akro could kill the man he held in such high
Was it
esteem.
intended for him?
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Contradiction.
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Akro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I already know the
Could
answer.
you have tried cross-examining him to get to this point?
If you do, you get stuck and you game over.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Either that or she'll be like, why? You do not need to do this. And the
It
judge
gives
will
you
be,
another
and the
out.
judge will be like, are you sure?
Yeah, it'll give you an obvious out.
Yeah.
That is kind of stupid, though. Go ahead, Your Honor. What was Akro's motive for killing the ringmaster? How about it? Can you explain that to me?
What was his motive for killing the ringmaster?
There is no motive.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Akro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
And everyone's like, all right,
What?
case over.
That's because Akro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow.
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools are so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made the accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was. This was a real cool Russell Berry ringmaster.
I don't sound like that. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds
Objection!
about right. The end of things. Akro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
Pink text. Uh-oh.
What pink text?
That's you. That's the cornered text.
What did you say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murder plot was not the ringmaster. He did not plan to kill Russell Berry.
What?
Order! Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the pee-pee. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow.
Mr.
Nick Phoenix, what in the world are you trying to do to this court? Do you attempt to imply that the Akro's trying to kill someone else?
Can you present her?
Regina
From
Berry.
this child I pulled from
16.
my pocket.
Take that!
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Akro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
Ooh.
You don't need to answer that. That is a mean-spirited leading question.
You're leading the
Objection.
witness.
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is say is you're wrong. That's it.
But he's right. That's his
That's
name.
it, huh, Mr. Nick Phoenix?
But he's right. That's
Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to. Ow.
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
That can be arranged.
Or someone
I'll
of a
fucking kill you.
higher
I don't care.
Official.
And that
power.
goes for you, Mr. Nick Phoenix. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Aykroyd had killed Regina Barry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. There's an evidence that proves Aykroyd was out to kill this young girl.
The note.
And I already brought that up earlier with like that's probably the motive. Like it wasn't
Take that.
Regina.
Yep.
Or it wasn't.
Aykroyd.
It wasn't.
Do you have any
100%
Do you have any
wasn't.
recollection of seeing this?
That's
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Aykroyd wrote this note. It's ironically entitled "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
Because she set up the date. And we can.
So you're saying that you called Russell Berry with that note? There's just one little problem. Problem? Aykroyd did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it was for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Barry.
ooh, objection.
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
Little. Your
It's
Honor,
the truth,
shut
Your
the
Honor.
fuck up.
It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, read the note.
That's
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina,
Wearing all that to disguise himself.
and
'cause
he
they
was
wanted to
killed
see.
because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Aykroyd gave us earlier today?
Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body.
So he just had to do it.
If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Yep, you
He
just had to do it.
It
Couldn't
was
look.
a blind guess.
Aykroyd had no idea who
100%.
it was
And
that
he
arrived
thought
in
it was
the
her
plaza.
because he made it obvious of like, hey, here's the note, and she being a dumb little twat was like, I don't know what this note's
Yup,
for.
she killed her dad.
Unintentionally. I mean,
Yep.
it's a strange set of
Because he couldn't look
circumstances.
down out of the window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Aykroyd thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let the bust fly.
He let the breasts out, guys.
Hey, Nick. Is Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is, because she's a fucking dumbass, and it's only going to get
Yep.
worse from here.
I hope Regina can handle it so we can
Probably
get
not.
married later.
Aykroyd wrote this note to Regina.
Objection! Foolishly foolish fool with foolish fool ideas of foolishly tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you've made it even sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Nick Phoenix, if you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
That's a line
That's a line in the note, all right.
Well, if this note was sent to Regina Barry, it must mean that. This note was declaring that she was a murderer.
Oh, when they're like remnants.
You just don't get it, do you?
What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Yeah, because he had to kill the lion.
Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago.
I
all
don't know what
about
I'm
it.
talking about. Sorry, guys. I'm just talking up my ass.
There is a chance.
An
you
incident
have to do that
occurred
at
6
one
months ago.
And that is like the correct option.
And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron!
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up, tell us about it.
Chop chop.
What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note?
I don't remember what evidence was left behind.
I know, I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing.
Isn't it obvious, Kyle? Something was left at the crime scene that was linking it to this note.
Oh, the pepper. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought it was like evidence from like when they were attacked.
Positive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually...
The pepper.
Because it's a little inside joke
Take that!
between like that was the what they used to do with each other.
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Nick Phoenix?
Why did you smell
Pepper
it?
isn't spicy.
That
And it's
could've
not a
been
joke at all.
could've
It's the
been
decisive
anthrax.
evidence you asked for.
Oh.
Well, what do you mean?
I like how Acro's just been sitting there quietly.
The victim would arrive and try to take away the wooden box. That's when they discover the decisive evidence found inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? You're claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Objection!
Okay.
Would you not get?
I couldn't remember like how she made the lion, but then okay, yeah.
If yourself, Mr. Nick Phoenix, answer this question. Who was it that who was her intended victim?
Bat. The dead guy.
L.
Yeah.
Take that.
Wait, did the pepper make the lion bite down? Or?
Who is this?
Oh, did she do it on purpose?
That is Acro's younger brother.
Okay, so it's accidental.
Objection!
Pepper.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now.
That's pretty much forever.
It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him?
You spend your entire life dreaming of new ways to be a fool.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, Von Karma. Jesus.
Naturally, this prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling.
Dingling.
6 months ago, he was bit by a lion, fell into a current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
You're right, but you're wrong.
Then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
And it was an accident.
I see.
Now what do you do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
It was more than that.
It was a dare, because we were told it was a dare.
The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
Well, the biting maybe, but like the
You're
act
such
of
an amateur, Mr. Nick Phoenix.
getting him there.
There's no way that Regina would ever incite a lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. But Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat.
with the pepper.
The scarf.
Oh,
Stained with blood
small
and a
quantity
small
pepper.
quantity of pepper.
Take that! That's
Thanks,
just a scarf.
Chick gumshoe.
Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat?
Oh, Carmen's gonna see that and be like,
Regina.
"Uh-oh."
Regina gave it to him.
Regina. There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be?
Pepper,
Pepper.
which made the
Pepper.
lion like bite down on
Pepper.
accident.
Why was smiling? It sneezed.
Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could.
That's why it says a small trace of it.
So she like wait, why she covered it?
always finna laugh.
Oh, she covered it with pepper, and then they made the bet.
Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Regina gave a pepper cover scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Von Karma, yeah.
gets it.
Mr. Nick Phoenix, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Because it was going to sneeze.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Lions sneeze.
What a line.
What?
Lion sneeze.
Leon didn't plan on biting Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze.
And it just so happened that his head was in there.
Yep.
So she gave him the pepper-covered scarf.
He sneezed because of all the pepper spread on the scarf.
And then they made the dare?
What?
You fool!
Wait, then she did that?
She did it because they used to pepper each other.
And then
she
they
did
made
it
the
so
bet.
she did it so he would sneeze, forgetting he was wearing it when he did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
Well, what's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I'm sorry, I got nervous.
Object! For objection's sake!
Ooh, first time she can't object to anything actual
Phoenix.
concrete.
Yeah, this theory, you believe it? You really plan to say this joke of an accident accidentally happened?
Yes.
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it.
And that's why the lion attacked
Which
him
is why
later.
he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
And that's why there's pepper in the box of like a
You
reminder.
foolish idiot!
So it's a joke of an accident to you, huh?
Ooh, we better get it.
Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there is someone who treats this accident with the respect that it deserves.
Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro! You don't mean. You can mean. Witness!
Come on, let me keep on leading
Are you
you
confirming the
on.
defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagine is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
Oh, so he has something else to pull out of his ass. Gotcha.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
Same problem it's always been. Evidence. I dropped Max's bust on the top of the ringmaster.
Where is it? Covered in blood.
Where is that proof?
Dude, this yarn he's been spinning is pretty amazing. Let's be
You mean the
honest. though.
conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or lack of.
Yeah,
to
where
be
is
more
the
precise.
bust? Is the big
Murder
question
weapon.
here.
The bust that the defense claims was used.
It was just dropped on him.
If that was to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it would have ended up.
The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won.
Let's
Let's just see how things work out.
see how things work out.
Let's just see how
Yeah,
things work out. It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but
They've been searching his room already.
yeah. I mean,
Why are you going to search his room?
It looks
It's
like
not
you
in his
finally
room.
figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice.
no, it's because it's not in his room.
I guess. I figured with you that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned.
Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We've already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
No reason to say it. Even if we found what you think we found in the room, he would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
See, Mr. Wright? The bus wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed
Was
the search
executed.
by complete surprise. And we took Arco directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of the story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about
I don't know
all
where
this.
it ended up, but I know it wasn't in his room.
It looks like the coup de grace of this case is ever so sweet.
But what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the important evidence here is about the death of the ringmaster. I think you should remember that.
Fair, like he doesn't have any.
Don't let this case slip away. I'm trying.
It's like, it's like all the pieces are there.
Where is it now? Where's the bust right now?
You're Nick Phoenix! You know where that bust is, I'm
Quick,
sure
read
you
his
do.
mind.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? There really isn't. They don't. It's clear in the anime. It seems that this case is coming to a close.
Yeah, I mean, I would have no idea.
The
what I've
defense's
seen.
counter arguments look to have fallen short. There's no hints to where it is whatsoever.
Really?
In the anime, you're at least like, okay, maybe.
So hang on, don't tell me, but like I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna be like, "There's no way."
Don't say anything. We're just gonna
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it gets.
Well,
See how
I'm
it
trying to
plays out.
guess.
Ack.
Now, if you'll please excuse me, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings an end to this witness.
Objection. Oh.
Hold
it.
Where is Max's
Oh,
bust?
Maya figures it out.
The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue.
Huh?
What?
We need time to do what, Al?
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your age, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Well, is he talking to me?
The rest is up to you, Nick.
Fuck you! Oh, well, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now.
We yoinked it so
Now
high
it's
it's on the
time for us
roof.
to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to
Yeah,
lose.
it might be on the roof. Maybe it's just like, like swung it up on the roof.
Swung up on the roof.
Very
I mean,
well. Offense may proceed.
They never checked the roof, did they?
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step.
Sink or
or swim. The only way to through is forward.
The murder weapon. Where is the bus now?
Okay. It's in.
So the lodging house is where he was living. It's not in his room. They know it's
How
not in the room.
big is his wheelchair?
Fairly large.
Me and my suspiciously bust-shaped wheelchair.
How big is this wheelchair?
I mean, he is leaving his life on the line here.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, think about it. He's a daredevil. It's not in his room. It's not in the big
It's
top.
obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom.
How big is that
obvious.
chair?
Me, my suspiciously busted wheelchair.
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for
Judge's
all.
bench! Judge's bench!
You have it! You have it! You have it! No, I don't have it!
Acro,
Acro.
would you please stand up?
I'm sorry to ask this. Do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? It never shows the blanket in the game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Would you care to repeat that?
Well,
You son of a
you are a
bitch?
big guy. And you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. Suspiciously bust-shaped. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
And that like no one would see because of the back of the wheelchair, and then he's covering with the front because his legs don't work.
Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr.
Oh, would you like
Wright.
to humor us then? Move the blanket.
I think it's pretty amazing you could laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there.
You get fucked.
We all know that you couldn't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over.
Yeah,
Which is why
she
you
would've-
had to
she would've-
hide it.
she
The
would've-
only place that you could hide it.
Yeah, it would have been really awful if she found it in there because then she would have
Hidden the evidence.
hid the evidence, and you would have. I'm sorry. Why are we? Why did you do this?
Wait, what?
She hides evidence.
Under
If
your
she found it
wheelchair.
in her room, she would have just been like, "I didn't find it."
You can't do that.
Yeah, she has a penalty on her record right now that says she did that exact shit.
In the first
last
case in the
case, she did it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, last case she hid evidence. Same thing.
Which is why, Acro,
It would
I
have been
have
better
to
if
ask
he
you
left it in
again.
there.
Could you please remove the blanket from the wheelchair?
Like he would have been better off if she would have found it. But like, there's no murder weapon.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
Damn it! No, no,
You fool! How could you?
and is it gonna show it?
I would have held that for you. I would have done it.
You've got me. Bag me like a pro. Actually, two of them.
Two of them.
Yeah, Maya. It maybe.
Mr. Francisco Von Karma and Mr. Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes out in the trash. Regina always took out my trash every morning, you know? But the bust. Obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try to hide it.
And that's what led him to figure it out.
The only place I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you figured it out, didn't you? Completely sucked in by your calculated strategy.
Oh, she knew.
And now to be caught in the middle of a court, hiding the murder
Wait, so
weapon.
she knew? She just knew it was there?
There's no way I can escape that.
So she just knew?
No, we'll figure it out. You got me right. Well done. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
Can't believe it. I failed. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? Only I hadn't done that.
Because that would have given him time to, like,
You would have been
properly
able to hide it.
dispose. Yeah.
It doesn't matter now, though. It seems as though we've arrived at the truth.
You have another
Acro,
thing? Well, no, that was.
Yes, Your Honor.
She just wants to-
did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Acro.
Oh, poop! Good times had by all.
All my brother did was want Regina to be liked by him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, he sprinkled pepper on her. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back the same way.
And that's why she covered the scarf in pepper.
I know she didn't want anything bad to happen. I know this. She wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believed in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when she said it, too innocently. Just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. Oh, 'cause you're in a wheelchair.
That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
What do you mean by that?
So are you saying that you are a victim in all this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving up. But I just couldn't up and leave. I just couldn't.
But you can't get over
That's
me,
why
yeah.
I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you shucks. You fine. You.
I couldn't up and leave yet.
This
I like
has
this
been
as a
such a
conclusion.
strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm
Fucking sucks.
an idiot.
Yep.
Can't believe it. You beat me again.
Get used to it, bitch.
When
We're
you're
running this back
good,
two
you're
more
good. What can I
times.
say?
Run this back 2 more times. Come get it. Yes, I'd like to declare my verdict. Yeah. Woo.
Yay.
Gumshoe Stone, the spaghetti or whatever it's called.
What?
I like
Through
that.
stuff
Oh
on
yeah,
his-
so it's
I like the court
confirmed.
case part of it that I've seen.
The court is
A
adjourned.
little if we had seen him in his like full picture of like the blanket, maybe.
Yeah, in the anime you see it, so like it makes
Yeah.
sense.
And they show it a lot. They zoom in on it and all that stuff.
Might be too obvious, but like, eh.
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't be really too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
No, he was a bad person. He killed someone.
Yeah.
Not a bad person.
He was
killed- yeah.
even though he didn't mean to kill that person,
That's a
he was
good
still planning
question.
on killing a person.
And one I don't know the answer to. Congratulations, Mr. Max. Thank you.
I hate you personally, Mo.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll like this forever and you'll never be happy.
Huh?
She's been like this for a while now.
Understandably so.
It's all my fault.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Sweetie pie, you're a fucking murderer.
Don't forget your dad's dead.
And your reputation. This is literally public
Right.
of like
Tell me
you
something.
killed him on
What
accident
do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
before he killed himself.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try to get his revenge on me?
I don't think so.
We could say, of course, he is, but then Maya's gonna be like,
That's mean!
You could. Oh,
He's not going to do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that.
Yep. Acro doesn't have the desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
Oh, not this.
Acro said all the time to you, so I thought you'd work for me too.
Show Regina.
Your dad's dead. Your dad's dead. Your dad's dead.
give him, it's a brother.
Present brother.
Take that.
I found this corpse in your office.
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know.
He is, huh? But Acro's been caught.
Uh-huh.
It was for love.
I know!
What?
I'll do it! I'll stay to the man as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then he can meet Acro again. And then you'll find out that he's a murderer and killed
That's
both
so
of their
sweet of you,
surrogate fathers.
Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, man.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Completely destroy her
Hey.
psyche.
Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. Whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. Such a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even if he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. Staff, performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided I'll take over as a new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best dang circus the world's ever seen. The best circus in the world has ever seen. Don't laugh.
Amazing.
Yay! I can't wait.
I guess that changes some things. Huh. There's only one thing the best circus of the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician in the world has ever seen.
Interesting.
Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I fucking hate you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Nothing ever happened bad when you were
Nothing
here.
bad ever
Well,
happened
there
when
was
you
that
were
one. There was.
There was that one thing
I
that we
did the-
just
You
handled.
did cause all of this.
Yeah, murder. God, another
dad's
murder.
dead.
A bottle
Your
smashed
lion's
over the
dead.
head. Several counts of child pedophilia. The worst. We've got to work together to make this very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Max.
Nick! Maya!
Donkey. It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
And no one died.
It'll take a while for us to get ready, but I'm going to order a special whoopee cushion seats. Yeah.
So that's the end of it.
You see, I made the case. Just like you thought. Yesterday's search really paid off, sir. You had it all figured out yesterday, didn't
It's
you?
Edgeworth. It's Edgeworth.
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end.
It's Edgeworth. Like even before you said the voice. it's
Especially
Edgeworth.
if he was the defense attorney.
My boyfriend. Yeah, it's Edgeworth.
You mean
yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's a plane. It's Edgeworth. Yes.
Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. Do me a favor. Try not to be too harsh on Acro.
Once I get back, I'll make a stop by the chief prosecutor's office.
Yes, sir. I'll be waiting for you.
Brandon
Goodbye,
is in
Mr. Edgeworth.
shambles right now.
Holy shit, he's wearing blue!
Yep.
Ish.
Big change for Edgeworth. He was wearing red in the previous games. Now he's wearing blue because he's a good guy.
Hell yeah.
And that was turnabout big time.
That was technically the third case, wasn't it?
It was. And the last case on this is Farewell My Turnabout.
Oh, in this game? That's the last
Okay.
one in this game?
Yes. Oh, my
Neat.
goodness. That case. What'd you think, Brandon? You were here for the whole thing. Let me hear what your first case was. What'd you think?
The ending trial and kind of the last day felt pretty good.
Yeah.
I think there were some jumps. I think, like I said, I think not showing the blanket of the wheelchair was dumb because people are going to assume that you don't have a blanket on there, and so it's just like okay. I think that some things weren't led to very smart. Like there was, I can't remember exactly what decision it was in the courtroom, where I was like, why are we not doing the other way? And it's like,
where we say like, we're not gonna. It was like, do we need to prosecute him? He said, of course we need to prosecute
it's like,
him.
do you want to listen to his testimony? It was that one.
Yeah.
Because it was like, either, because the way that it was presented is like, we're either listening to his testimony or that's it. Like, they should frame it as, like, do you want to listen to his testimony or, like, do you know who it is? Like, if that, like, I get it, but, like, it wasn't framed like that. So I was just, like, confused, and I was like, I don't think that was very good. The beginning of the case sucked with a lot of the mapping it had you do with, like, all the specific things you had. I mean, that would have taken forever without, like, a guide.
55 minutes of dialogue before we got to the first trial.
I mean, it was bad.
Before you got to the first what?
First trial.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unheard of for this game to have that much. Like, normally it's about 30 minutes and then a 40-minute case, 30 minutes investigation, 40-minute case, and then, big finale. But that, like an hour's worth of dialogue, unheard of.
I think the
Especially
most,
not on a grand finale.
Yeah. The most egregious thing I think was the character inconsistencies.
Yep.
Funny Phoenix Wright thing. Oh, I got the updated autopsy report, right? Funny, but like, at least in other cases, like it's like okay, like this one, like Mo just lied. Like it was just like annoying.
Yep.
Like that. Like I did not enjoy Mo's thing whatsoever.
He lied like 3 times, right?
And the anime fixes all of it.
Like funny Phoenix Wright witnesses, right? Like it was bad. That it was just. I liked Acro. I like Acro as a character. I think he was cool. I think he was written well.
Yep.
Like I said, everything pretty much the last day and the last court case, I think all the characters were consistent and stuff.
Yes.
But Maya and Nick got a lot of the brunt.
Yep, like Maya being like, we can't steal his stuff, and she proceeds to steal stuff.
And then them like asking the same questions over and over again, or like them learning the trick of the magic, and then the next day being like, "How do you do it?"
Yeah, it's a lot of dunderheadedness.
I didn't hate it. Like I said, the last day kind of redeemed it for me
Yes.
because I did enjoy that. I enjoy Acro.
So now it's just mediocre.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it has its good elements. It has its bad elements. I would still call it my least favorite case. If nothing else, it was more interesting than like the intro cases in each game. But those are the intro cases. That's not a fair comparison.
This would have been fine as an intro as long as it was quick. Like,
Yeah.
have it. There's a lot of investigation you need to know about the stuff and whatever. But Kyle, you didn't see the bad parts of this case.
Yeah, I was only here for the good parts.
So what did you think?
I really enjoyed what I seen of it. I liked being able to kind of jump ahead and figure out what was going to happen. I liked a lot of one of my favorite parts of it was when Wright's like, I have a theory that he did it, and he used like the deductive reasoning to be like, okay, we have all this stuff, and just like put the trail of how it all happened. That was pretty fun. I do like Acro as a character too, because from what I've seen of Phoenix Wright, like with what was the first guy's name, like the one that like the blunt force object in the very first game.
Oh, Larry Butts.
Larry Butts.
Yeah.
And then Red White. Like
Blue Court.
those are like more of like the goofy. I'm gonna twirl my mustache as I say I didn't kill them, as I know I killed them. Acro was more of like it was very atypical from what I would expect from
the
this.
next episode we have, Kyle, is like the female Acro. Like you'll get your shot of her. She's very. Would you not say that it's very similar in like their demeanors?
In Farewell My Turnabout?
No. In the next
episode-
next anime.
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, next anime
Yeah,
episode.
we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar.
Yep.
And like I I don't mind the goofy over the top ones. I think that's fun, but like I do like it more when it's like you can't just crack them based on like pressing where you have to like put everything together.
Yep. Same.
It's
Next
easier-
episode of the anime is just like that, 100%. Which, by the way, we're talking about the samurai turnabout samurai. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, like it's
I just remembered
easy-
who we get to meet. I'm terrified.
Oh my goodness!
Like
I don't know
it's
if he's-
easy
I don't know if
enough
he's in the anime.
to
No.
press
I
someone.
don't know if he is.
No.
Yeah.
Like it's easy enough to press someone and like get them to crack, but it's harder to be like, okay, I have a theory. Like if that were like Red White and he kept on, he's like, fine, I did it. Like you got me. You pretty much got it. With Acker, it's like, where's the where's the
Yeah.
evidence? Huh?
I mean-
like, I killed him. It's not like it's in this courtroom or anything.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason it's one of the 2 cases that I know. I haven't played Farewell My Turnabout. I think I know a little bit about it. I know basically nothing about the 3rd game. And so like of the cases so far, like there's just this one that asks for you to prove a motive, and then there's the final one of the 1st game asks for you to prove a motive, and the other ones don't ask for you to prove a motive.
This
Like I think Acro's a reason for that. I mean, bro's smart.
this next case that we have here, I think it is the 2nd best court case in the entire franchise.
What's the best one? You
Really?
think the ending of the
Really?
first one you think's the best?
No, I think the final case of the entire trilogy is
In the
the
third
best of the 3rd game. The final case
they
is
pour
the
in the
best
effort.
in the entire, because the entire 3rd game sets up this one delivery. And it's so good. It is so good that when you get to it, you're like, no, and it's amazing.
I think another thing too that
If you look up any tier list, people always put this next case and the final case of the
like
entire
top two.
franchise S. They put the final case of all 3 games in S tier.
well, I mean, because it's the big finale.
But that's the thing, is they're so good of the previous cases setting up little details, like little details that when they finally deliver, they're just so good.
Yeah, I think I'm most impressed with like the writing of all the circumstances, because like
Mm-hmm.
most average people would not have been able to put like if you were thrown in Nick's situation, you know, I mean, it's a video game, it helps string you along, and I get it, but most people wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, it was a bust or whatever.
100% the biggest flaw.
Sorry, I'll say this.
Yeah.
I think the bust and the blanket, like everything else about it felt pretty solid. Yeah, some weird moments here and there, but like not alluding to the bust more or the blanket more.
Yeah.
Really
What about the monkey being able to lift a
Yeah.
giant bronze
yeah, because
statue?
doesn't make sense
how big
either.
was the monkey?
He could have just said no. But like Acro likes to live on the line. He's like, no, he could have done it.
No, I mean, I think if it was like a bigger monkey that like indisputably could have. I mean, for me, it seemed like one of those like about like a foot or
Yeah,
two.
it's a big chimp. Yeah.
And like it's a big statue. I think if it were
in the anime, it's literally like the size of like a stuffed animal. Like it's teeny tiny.
like if it were like an orangutan or something, like
oh yeah, it kind of looks like an orangutan.
like if it were an orangutan, then there'd be no like he wouldn't have had been like there would have
He
been
could've.
no line delivered from him like oh yeah like you wouldn't have been like oh he likes to live on the edge like no indisputably that thing could have picked it up and walked it in there, and then he saw it and was like okay perfect, and like I like the circumstantial aspects of like oh the cape just got hooked on.
Yeah, I mean it's 100% luck. Like
Because
sometimes it's just like that.
trying to figure out like okay this guy can't fly even though we can summon people from the dead.
Like,
this goes like
Larry
this
Butts
person
and the
can
whole
fly.
it was it's almost midnight. Like that's just pure luck. If that didn't happen, the case would have been blown wide open. Like that's huge deal in a previous case, which we're not going to spoil too much on, but like huge deal.
Because I think I'm interested in
luck.
playing I think I'm interested in playing these games.
Now
mean,
here's
I'm
one thing. Here's one
curious.
thing. Here's one thing. I'm torn because one, I want you to experience the next case on your own, but also like if you wanted to be here, it's the best. It's okay. So the next case, it pulls such a subversion of expectation. All up until now, this is our 8th case we're going on to.
Yeah.
9 if you did the bonus DLC one. This case coming up is such a subversion of the formula, and it handles it beautifully. I'm sure you'll remember it, Brandon, when we get in there because it's too memorable.
No, I think I remember you saying something about it. So
So
like,
So
So
there's
good.
Okay, not counting the bonus one. There's 12 court cases in total, right?
13.
Okay, because the first game has 5.
The last game has 5.
Okay, because it's Larry Butts, Red White, and then the other 2. Not counting.
Samurai. So the ones are Larry Butts, the sister,
Turnabout
Red White.
Sisters.
Samurai and Farewell My Turnabout.
Which
Sorry, Goodbye Turnabout. That's what it's called.
Which is the one where
The
Edgeworth
last
apparently
one.
killed the
Yes.
person.
Then there is this one which has the memory case, Versus what was the one we just did?
There's a second one.
Was
Then
the
the
second
third
No,
one.
it's the it's the one. They're like spoilers because it's really good.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
just the
Pearls.
third
So the
one.
Pearls one. Then there's this one with the big turnabout, and then there's Farewell My Turnabout. The last game has 5, I believe.
So there's 5, 4, and 5.
4, 4, 5.
4, 4. Well, I'm still counting the extra days.
You don't. It's not canon.
It's not though.
I mean,
It's not
was
canon.
it still worth playing?
Not really.
No, because remember
I
the
played
big
through it and
deal.
I didn't enjoy
it's
it.
a big deal in this game, right? That Edgeworth isn't here.
Yeah.
He's the prosecutor in that one.
Oh.
So like you have this big case where he's just like, I need to go find myself,
It's-
and then he
it's-
shows
it's
up
a-
again. He's like, well, I had some business.
like
I
that
had to,
much,
I had
you
some
know.
business
It's
to
a
take care of.
non-canon fun thing, I suppose.
It's not really even that fun.
I mean, it's played up like it's a huge deal and it needs to be after it, but it's
So
like
it's 4, 4, 5.
4,
Yeah.
4, 5, 100%. But this case coming up,
Yeah.
it's
I don't
really
want to, because
good.
like if I'm
this
playing,
is in the anime. This is the finale to season 1.
yeah. I mean, I think
This
if I
is the
were
finale.
playing the games, like
So
I would want to
good.
play them going in blind more so, because then playing the game, like it'd still be fun, but like I think I would want to play them. I'm tempted. I think I'm gonna put
Fair
it on
enough.
like the back burner.
Fair enough. It's really good. It's really good if you're a big story person. It's like it's got a lot of cool elements in it. It's just like, oh, interesting. Well, that's enough discussion. Next episode of Justice for All, we're ending this biatch.
Hell yeah.
Farewell, my turnabout.
No.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.